you've inspired people I know to write on in this area of atheism things, and they're doing tremendous work actually. And that's because of your work, and you're outside of the Catholic Church doing such great work. So
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, and the Catholics I know, they'll say, well, yeah, I disagree with him here or there, but they also find it admirable in a way. If you don't accept what the Catholic Church teaches and says you ought to believe, then of course you shouldn't become Catholic. You don't want to pretend to believe what you don't believe. As we kind of begin to wrap up here, I wanted to ask you what we Christians ought to be doing in this increasingly secular society, because I think sometimes the temptation can be to treat God as a sort of equation that we keep up on the chalkboard, and we forget that if Christianity is true, we are engaged not in a math equation or a syllogism or a series of them, but a spiritual battle.
Yes.
What advice do you have for us Christians as we live in today's...
Well, first and foremost, we need to be training our children so that we don't lose the next generation. They are our first responsibility. And so I think Christian parents need to be training their children in Christian doctrine and apologetics, teaching them why and what we believe, simply at first from an early age, but then with increasing sophistication as they grow older, so that we don't lose them when they go to high school and university. So first and foremost, strengthen the Christian family. And this is primarily the responsibility of the father, not the mother. The father needs to provide this kind of leadership in the Christian home, in training the children in doctrine and apologetics. And then beyond that, I think all of us need to be involved in some sort of evangelism or discipleship ministry. We mean to be doing something, counseling people at a pregnancy center, serving at an inner city mission, going on a mission trip to a distant land, leading a Bible study. There are just so many different ways in which each of us can be salt and light in our dark and decaying world. And so each of us needs to be involved in that way.
Hey, if you enjoyed that clip, you will absolutely love the full interview, so click right there to enjoy the whole thing. Also, a big thanks to these groups who made that interview possible. Learn more in the show notes below about these guys. They're absolutely incredible, and honored to have them as sponsors. Oh, and also, if you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe and then that bell button. That way YouTube will be forced to let you know when we put out more content.